Greetings, fellow Saltu citizens. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Stranded Alien Dawn Jungle, Episode 2, 3 Hots and a Cot. So the good news is everything that we started off with is now shelved and stored. So we're not spilling things out everywhere, which is handy, I think. Quinn and Sora are working on the lodge. And then Melody should be coming... Oh, well, once she's slept and ate. There we go. Alright, so some of the other things I should look for are ores. Metal ores to mine up to turn into metal. I can rely upon salvaging the ships for a bit, but that's not like a great long-term solution if you ask me. So there is some ore up here in this plane. Actually, there's quite a lot of it. There's... I don't even know. Quite a lot of it. 29, maybe? Something like that? Oh, and more aggressive animals. Is this... Okay, I think these aggressive animals are like a little bit too close for comfort. So I'm going to draft all my people and get them to proactively hunt. We also just discovered buttermelon, so this is the melons that we're growing next to our starting location. So this is a bunch of little butterflies, 12 of them. I just highlighted 11 of the 12. And then one of these huge spike-tail insects. Come, swarm me. Get shot down. I don't know where the one that I didn't highlight is. Alright, so there's the big spiky. We'll analyze you. And we'll analyze the others. All the more reason to get cotton fabrics promptly. Everybody can be undrafted except for Sora and Han. Sora and Han will clean up the rest. There's a few more butterfly things that need to get reminded who's top of the food chain. You know what? I want a little bit more, a little bit more oomph to my soundtrack. There we go. What was the downtime about? My computer, like, cooked itself. I think it had a thermal event. I didn't look into it. I just rebooted and changed my fan profile up to be a little bit more aggressive. So hopefully it'll be fine. So, the humming fly is the annoying little flyers that try to get up in my business. And now we're doing the huge spiky tail next. How hot is my office? It wasn't that hot. It's just that this game, for whatever reason, like, cooks my machine. I wasn't logging my my CPU or GPU temperatures, though, so I have no more to say about that. Everything would be worthless speculation. Alright, and this is the Shrieker Broodmother. Yes. Is that ever a name? Alright, so Melody's going after the bright-leafed plant. And, these cabinets are looking pretty good. Now, you do start off with, like, tons and tons of, survival meals, so I don't urgently need to start cooking or anything like that. Yeah, turbo mode is activated for this game, yeah. I just, instead of tampering with it because I just wanted to get live again, I just set my fan profile to max, which is a profile I had pre-made. So it's running at maximum, and if I go down for a thermal event now, I need to replace my AIO cooler, clearly. Hey, Fraggles. Thank you for the resub. So it says I'm only missing about 60 wood, which I should be coming up on pretty soon. So I am going to, at least for now, cancel the chopping of those trees down, because we'll have enough after this cluster. Melody almost has the bright leaf plant analyzed, which is going to be really nice for colonist comfort, I think. So now I'm going to start harvesting the cloth blossoms, which is really just a fancy term for cotton. And then we'll get some proper bedding in. So that people don't have to go to sleep on the ground being disturbed by everybody else. And we also have a very nice terrain for the cloth blossom as well. I'm not going to start farming just yet, though. I find, like, as eager as I am to farm in this game, in the jungle, it has so much abundance of flora and fauna that you don't really need to farm early on. It's better to just to focus on progress, construction, and research and the like, relying upon hunting and gathering. Because farming is really only useful when there's not easy to source material nearby. In my opinion, at least. Alright, surrounding my little starter shack with power poles so that I can set up lightning on the other side if I need to. We're getting pretty close to having the full cabin. As you can see, there's just some missing wall segments. And then Simon, I think, is harvesting the blossom. Yeah, there we go. Well, he's failing at it. He's trying. He's trying his very best for a corporate spy. I think that's his background, right? Yep, corporate spy. Simon, you're just a suit to me, buddy. Alright, and beds. So the reason I wanted the cloth blossom is so that I can have beds, because beds require fabrics. And then also the cotton will allow me to research insect fats to be able to use the cloth as like a cheesecloth to press the animal meat into insect fats, which can be turned into fuel. So, good stuff. So as soon as Melody is... I'm going to have her stop scavenging. Someone will continue that. I'm going to have Melody start researching that. Yeah, the stuff, random animals will fly around your base pretty regularly. I don't even bat an eye. I just kind of ignore them. It happens a lot. Putting some production benches in. And getting the bedrooms ready. Is taming animals worth it? Some of them might be. Some of them are like decent tanks. The trouble that I found, and I'm not really good at the whole taming animals thing, so take this with a grain of salt. The trouble that I found was that when taming animals, you bond with them, and then they, like, kind of inevitably die and it makes you upset. So if you use them for combat, there's penalties. Meaning, they are good little tanks, but you're not going to want to use them for tanking probably if you're bonded. Or at least that's my my sort of notion. All right, so this lightning rod will sort of cover what we don't have covered elsewhere. And in fact, because I'm just so paranoid, there we go. Really good coverage. So if I get hit, it's an act of God, not my fault. We're almost done with all the beds and bedrooms. I elected to have smaller wardrobes. And put them in the bedrooms so that we can efficiently store stuff. Let's also get some light in here, I guess. Nice. Oh, wow. We scavenged a rail sniper. Who is the next best shooter? Probably Simon? He's also a really fast runner, so I'll give it to... I'd probably Rita's better. Yeah, Rita's better, but Simon runs faster, so I'll give it to Simon. No windows? Nah, it's hot out. I might consider windows once I have, like, an abundance of power and I can actually afford it AC-wise, but that's probably not going to be the case early on. So on this shelf, I will deselect all and then put emergency rations and medicine on it. For now, at least. So we have food stored inside. And then I will take that out of the stockpiles out here. Did I end up researching... Okay, we're having insect meat rot away, which is unfortunate, but I have not yet finished the research to press it into fuels or oils. Melody's working on that. So if I lose some, oh well. The base is starting to look homey. You know, has a roof. Still missing some walls. We're working on that. But it's getting somewhere, I'd like to think. And I'm also putting in some creature comforts, dartboard, and a lounge chair. Stuff like that. And now we have the beds. So now I have beds for everybody. I can just nuke the old beds, and they will just self-assign new beds to themselves. Okay, I have insect fats researched. That means I'm going to want to get an oil press. I'll put it there. And the next thing I want to research is a freezer. Refrigerator and then freezer. So the current priority is start research freezer and start making fuel. Oh, did I just scavenge another gun? No, that's got to be the old gun. There's no way I have two rail snipers. That would be absurd. Okay, the cabin is enclosed. And everybody has their own very comfortable bedrooms. We have research and everything. Other things I'd like to do. So on this shelf, I'm going to make 20 bandages out of the cloth that we've scavenged. And then if I collected dandelion spores from the giant dandelion trees, I could also make healing salves. Right? Healing balms. So that would be good too. So I'll collect those. But Simon is going to start cooking that up. And here you'll see the benefit of sleeping in a private bedroom. You know, somewhere comfortable. Mood should be starting to improve, I think, or I hope. And then these little shelters can be broken down, as can that. You like the buzz cut? Thank you. I appreciate it. So for us to be able to make electronics and CPU cores, which is, I think, going to be kind of important, we're going to want to get some silicon. So I'm going to go to these pointy red plants and analyze them. I like our little base. It's, I don't know, there's something nice about it. Ooh, Melody, there was a way closer pointy red plant. Sorry about that. Make you pace here. So, I do want to put in an electrical cook stove. Maybe I'll put it in, actually here, moving this solder bench. Have this be the cooking nook. Why not put closets in all 6 rooms? I don't really need the extra. You know, two of these closets are actually empty. So if I end up needing it, I will. But you know, this might be a good place to put like fermenting barrels or something like that instead. So electric cook stove will be going in. Paired with the electric cook stove it would be really good to start to get electric furnaces as well. So I'm going to put 2 electric furnaces in, and that means I need something to be able to smelt in them. So, once we're done analyzing that leaf, the pointy red leaf thing, where did I identify there was ores? Oh, here they are. That's a little bit of a haul, a little bit of a walk, but luckily my folks can manage that, I think. Melody, you have a risk of meltdown. Well, how about you go chill? No, you just want to be doing the science. Okay. Oh, this is manure, which requires analysis. Nothing like a stool analysis on a foreign planet. You like the sleeping positions? Yeah, they sleep in different positions. Some of those positions are unthinkable to me. I would have a broken neck if I slept like some of these guys. Let's also start extracting animal fats and do that forever. So it would be good if next to this I had the freezer and then also a shelf for cloth so that we didn't have to go very far for animal fats. So I'll be trying to set that up in a minute. And I'm going to keep the electric furnaces off for now because I don't have anything to smelt at the moment. It's just nice to have the furnaces for when I eventually will use them. There's also a new mirror mechanic, so you can just say, hey, like, have one thing mirror the other. So right now the right one is mirroring the left one, so anything I set up on the left one happens on the right one too. So that I can, you know, sort of link the tables together. So Melody's heading over to the ore. This ore is a little bit closer. We'll give her the closer ore to analyze. And we're getting bandages. I think I might... I do believe that we... Okay, we do have the healing balm. So I'll get some healing balm as well. And my guys are just hauling, which is fine. Now, what do you want me to do next? Set up a perimeter. Focus on research. Set up a farm. Or other viewer suggestions. What do you guys think? It's up to you. Alright, we have discovered silicon leaf. So I'm going to start harvesting the silicon leaf. In this scenario, it's really important to get a lot of silicon. Because this scenario requires you to have a lot of electronics and CPU cores for both defense and also for the scenario victory. So, very handy stuff to have. So here, on this crafter, you can see electronics takes metal alloys and silicon, and CPU cores takes a lot of silicon and metal alloys. Also, crafting this stuff takes a long time. It's not like a quick craft. It's a pretty lengthy process, so. But we're harvesting all the wild silicon leaf now. Or trying to. We're using farmers that aren't particularly good at it. Are there Z levels? Yeah, sort of. I mean, there's ground level and then the 2 feet up for our cabin. I think that's the closest to Z level that exists. Ooh. It took a strike. So Quinn's up here. Oh, man, you're in danger. You're gonna get struck. Just gonna look away. I don't need to see that. One other thing that would be good to raise moods is on the wooden workbench. No, actually, it's on the tailor bench. Where? I thought it was on the workbench. I don't see it here. Oh, maybe I haven't researched it. Oh yeah, I haven't researched it yet. Okay, walled perimeter. The first iteration of the perimeter wall is most certainly going to be of wooded variety, because I don't have concrete or cement, and I definitely don't have enough of it to build anything defensive. So it will just be a lot of wooden fortification walls. And I have to sort of decide, like, how far out I want to go. Because the further out I go, the more expensive it is. And it becomes somewhat unaffordable. So something like that would be pretty good. That has them filtering in more or less the front. I have found, and I might be wrong about this, but I have found that, like, animals don't really use gates. Kind of at all. But I'm gonna aim to wall this in anyway. So I need about 1,000 wood to make that happen. So Han, I don't know what are you doing right now? What are you doing? Oh, you're wait, why are you researching? Get off the research bench. In fact, meh, whatever. But Han, start cutting down trees. Hey, Sebastian, thank you for the resub. Oh, look, he's going for the mega tree. This huge tropical tree. I am tempted to try to put in some fence doors here. We'll see. You know, what I'll do is I'll put them in as a way to have my people be able to traverse around the perimeter easier, and then if they become a liability for vulnerable spots, I can always take them out. And then the last defensive wall thing will be over here. Reduce some sort of wall like that. Stick a little fence door in. So the hope is that they'll filter through this hill, and I can set up turrets around where the hill is to gun down anything trying to kill us that doesn't fly. I did just research refrigerators, so I'm going to not do freezers just yet, and first do toolsmithing and then freezers. And then after freezers, I'll have you pick what to research after freezers. Resources, power, defense, other, or breakthroughs. So what category? So for resources, it would be emergency rations or pickling vegetables. For power, I'd probably pick the advanced research desk. For defense, we could do weaponsmithing. That would probably make the most sense. For other, maybe flare shielding, so that our electronics don't shut down when we have a solar flare. And then for breakthroughs, probably improved solar is going to be the best bang for my buck. It doesn't take too long, but you guys can decide. And also, what I will do is set up the wall over here as if it continued through the water. Does that help you in the chat who are like OCD? Helps your soul a little bit, I hope. So it's like a continuous wall through the water, maybe. So I lost the harvest here because I don't think this is passable. Some of this stuff is we won't even be able to path to. I did just find ore from the ore deposits, which is good because I have a finite amount of metal alloys. That helps a lot. Glad it could help. So toolsmithing is kind of cool. There are new tools in the game. There's survival kits, so it packs a bedroll and a set of emergency rations. There's harvesting tools, which take a lot of metal alloys, but it allows you to make a harvesting tool which improves cutting, mining, harvesting. And then good luck charms. And good luck charms are actually pretty inexpensive. So I'm going to make some good luck charms out of hay, purple leaf, and stone. And I'm going to make 6 of them, 1 for every person. And have Simon whip those up. And it just makes you happier to hold them. So, you know, it helps a bit. Fortunately, I do not have my best farmer. Well, okay, Rita's out here farming. So is Simon. I might want to restrict who's even allowed to farm at this point. So let's go to activities and go to plant. No, their planting isn't actually not too bad. Quinn shouldn't do it. So I changed some of it so that they like avoid it. The ones that absolutely ruin it every time. Alright, looks like you guys want breakthroughs for reals. Alright, what breakthrough? I'll have you pick. Oh no, freezers are done, so I'll pick. I'm going to do improved solar. I haven't built any solar panels so far, so if I do improve solar, we'll have good ones right off the bat. what to research after improved solar. You found me through Dwarf Fortress? Well, I'm glad you tuned in for a live stream. I'm sorry I don't play the DFs anymore. But welcome to the stream, dude. Pleasure to have you here. So Rita's bringing a ton of Cloth Blossom off of the hill. I think what I'm going to do is just not even go for the rest of the Cloth Blossom that's up there. Despite the fact that I know that you all voted for me to work on the perimeter wall, it doesn't really detract too much for me to start farming silicon. So I'm going to put a large silicon field in here, or silicon leaf, and then a smaller Cloth Blossom. I think it's going to be pretty necessary to not have to run too far for that stuff. And pretty soon we'll have a freezer. So the freezer will not take oil and fats because they don't need refrigeration, and they will not take emergency rations because, again, they don't need refrigeration. But they can start to take buttermelon and dandelion spores and things like that that do require freezing. Hey, bud. So here's one of the new mechanics, which is fertilize, where more if you have like a lot of animals. You can use the manure from the animals that you've tamed to fertilize your fields. But it also works with like wild animal manure that you collect. I just have to observe it first. You think this game is a little too early access for you? It's fully playable now. There's 3 different scenarios. There's 3 different biomes. There are like 40 different characters. Yeah, I would say it's probably worth it. This is the 3rd time I've played it on a stream, so I've returned back to it multiple times, if that says anything. So I'm going to put a storage shelf in here. I know it looks a little awkward, but this storage shelf will be for fabrics, cloth specifically because it's next to the insect press. Then I'm also going to want tea on this shelf, so that when we cook at the electric cook stove, we can put the tea away on the shelf next to it. And anything like that comes off the shelf that doesn't need to be frozen is good to put on this shelf next to the cook stove. And we have discovered manure. So I can collect manure to turn it into liquid fuel. Or alternatively, I can hit use and fertilize the farm fields with it to improve growth. So manure increases plant growth, as does rain. And now we have tea. So over here, tea would be other items. So I need to build this shelf, obviously, but we can start rocking some teas. Milestone met, we found some poop. Yeah. The only issue with collecting wild animal poop is like it decays constantly, so you'll have like it rotting as an alert on the regular. And we also just discovered sausage palm. So these palm trees have something called sausage meat, or palm meat, which can be pressed into palm oil, and then the palm oil can be turned into fuels as well. So here I have an insect meat, animal fats to do forever, but I can also do a palm one too. So now that we're getting a freezer, it makes sense to start harvesting the veggies out here. And next research will be resources. Got it. So, resources, huh? Let's do pickling. Well, actually, I don't really need pickling. I'm going to do oil extraction for palm oil. And I think it would also be good to start analyzing some of the other flora around as well. I know what it is because I've played this before, but I'm not going to spoil it for you. So it could be new to you. Because it'd be good to get a source of like alcohol. Trying to find grains would be awesome. And also trying to find stuff for wine would be awesome. Understanding an environment better so that we know how to kill it better, you know? You know how it is, right? So, for now, I don't think I'm going to be putting down any food plots. I put down cotton, cloth blossom, and silicon leaf because it was harder to get to. But, like, I am surrounded by sausage trees. So I'm not really worried about that. I don't have a lot of buttermelon, but buttermelon it's okay. We also have a lot of dandelion trees for dandelion spores. So there seems to be plenty of resources around, so we don't really have to plant it. So out here, I'm going to take raw meat and vegetables off of the allowed. I'll also take the animal fats off of the allowed. I'm going to take tea out. And that looks about right. So copy these restrictions and paste them. Eventually, once I have the perimeter up and, you know, you guys have the option to vote on new stuff, there might be a time for me to build storage shelves and the like, but I don't need that just yet. And I'll keep the animal fats on this shelf here, because the oils and fats are also used in cooking. Okay, we have a good luck charm. So I'm going to have Simon grab the first good luck charm for himself. And this just makes him happier, as you can see. Good luck charm +7. That's all it really does. Alright, I'm getting insufficient storage space warnings, but only because I haven't actually built this shelf. So I'm going to have Quinn do it real quick. There we go. Stupid warning goes away. Now we have a tea shelf. Tea and oil shelf. So things that are like part of the kitchen, it should be near the kitchen, but like don't need to be frozen or can go there. Because frozen stuff should definitely go in the freezer. So if you mouse over any item, it will tell you... actually, dandelion spores don't need to be frozen or refrigerated. As you can see, it says indefinite. So that's interesting. What about... Alright. Healing Balm is fine. Shelf stable. Buttermelon. And palm meat we'll see about. Oh, wow. Palm meat is not vegetarian? What? Alright. Okay. That's a little sketchy. Maybe it's like, what is it, dates or figs? Figs. Figs are technically not vegetarian. How are they not vegetarian? Every fig is... I believe it's figs and not dates, but every fig, I think, is, at the center of every fig is like a dead wasp that they become pollinated with a wasp like dying or something. You'll have to Google it, but yeah, figs are basically have wasp guts inside of it. So even though it's like a fruit, it technically isn't vegetarian. Maybe these palm meat is like that, or they made a mistake. and they called it sausage, and they were like, "Ha, we called it sausage, so let's make it not vegetarian," which I can totally see them doing anyway. I don't know. I don't even pretend to know. So it looks like the perimeter wall is coming up. Cool. Simon, you are leveling up real good. He's making healing bombs. Now it looks like I am running myself low on foods. So soon I will make an effort to start cooking. So I'm going to do veggie stew or meat stew with pal meat and animal fats until I have 10, and then veggie stew until I have 10. Thank you for watching Stranded Alien Dawn Jungle. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my Discord community, Rhadamant.com or the description of this video have a link to Discord, and it also has a link to Patreon if you want to become a Patreon patron. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. Hope to catch you in next episode or upcoming stream. Farewell.